Gratitude. Not just as a word, but as a state of being, a frequency, a quiet recognition that something far greater than what we see is at work. Science tells us that we live in a universe. It measures it, maps it, studies its laws, but it does not fully explain the nature of it. Because what if the universe is not just a place? What if it is something alive, something aware, something that is not separate from you, but deeply intertwined with your very existence? You see, we've been conditioned to believe that we are living inside our bodies, that this flesh, this form, is who we are. But what if that idea is backwards? What if your body exists within your consciousness? What if your awareness, your soul, is the true space in which your body appears? And beyond that, what if every individual consciousness is connected to something larger? A field, a shared awareness, a collective consciousness. And this collective consciousness is what we call the universe. Not a dead, empty void, but a living system, a breathing intelligence, a vast, interconnected presence that is constantly observing, responding, creating. A universe that is not just around you, but one that is happening through you. And within this living system, you are not here by accident. You didn't just randomly appear. You came here with intention, bound by something deeper than memory, something older than this lifetime. A soul contract, an agreement made beyond this physical reality, a path designed for growth, for experience, for evolution. And this living consciousness, the universe itself, works continuously to bring that contract into reality. It aligns people, it creates situations, it opens doors, and sometimes it closes them. Not to punish you, but to guide you, to ensure that in one way or another, your life begins to move in alignment with what your soul came here to experience. And this is where many people begin to struggle. Because the moment we disconnect from that guidance, the moment we stop listening, life begins to feel heavy, confusing, like something is off, but we can't quite explain why. And often, it's because we are resisting the signals, resisting the flow. We become so focused on chasing material things, status, validation, external success, that we lose touch with the present moment. And the present moment is the only place where life actually exists. Not in the past, not in the future, only here. Everything that has ever happened to you happened in a present moment, and everything that will ever happen will also unfold in a present moment. The past is a memory, reconstructed by the mind. The future is an imagination projected by the mind. Both are useful, but neither are real in the way the present is. The past serves as a reference, a place where we gather lessons, where we build understanding. The future serves as a tool, a space for vision, planning, intention. But when these tools are used unconsciously, they become destructive. The past can trap you in regret, guilt, and pain. The future can trap you in anxiety, fear, and endless anticipation. And instead of serving you, they begin to drain you, feeding on your energy, distorting your perception, turning your existence into something that feels overwhelming, chaotic, even unbearable. This is why mastering the mind is not optional. It is essential. Because if you do not learn to observe your thoughts, you will become controlled by them. Your decisions, your actions, your entire life will begin to reflect patterns that you never consciously chose.
And the key here is something most people misunderstand. You are not meant to fight your mind. You are not meant to suppress your thoughts. You are not meant to wage war against yourself. Because the mind does not respond to resistance. It responds to awareness. Thoughts arise just like waves in an ocean. They come and they go. And like any wave, if you do not interfere with it, it will eventually settle, return to stillness. But the moment you resist a thought, the moment you push against it, you give it energy. You amplify it. You create a loop. And that loop begins to repeat itself again and again and again, until it feels like you are being overwhelmed by your own mind. This is why so many people feel trapped in negative thinking, not because the thoughts are stronger than them, but because they are unknowingly feeding them. The real shift happens when you stop resisting, when you allow thoughts to pass through you without attachment, without judgment, without identification. You become the observer, not the prisoner. And in that space, energy begins to flow again. Because at your core, you are not just physical. You are energetic, electrical. Your body is like a conduit, a living system designed to transmit and receive energy. Every cell, every signal, every function is electrical in nature. And the quality of that energy matters. This is why what you consume, physically and mentally, has such a profound impact on your state of being. When you nourish your body with foods that support its natural balance, you enhance its ability to conduct energy, to flow, to remain aligned. And when your body is in that state, it becomes more receptive to the most powerful source of energy in our system.
The sun. The sun is not just a star in the sky. It is the primary source of life. Everything you see, plants, animals, ecosystems, even the air you breathe, is sustained by its energy. Even the structure of reality itself is deeply connected to it. Because when you look deeper, when you go beyond what your eyes can see, you begin to realize something extraordinary. Matter is not as solid as it appears. In fact, what we call reality is mostly empty space. Atoms, the building blocks of everything, are made up of tiny particles, protons, neutrons, electrons, surrounded by vast amounts of space. Almost 90% is emptiness. And yet, within that emptiness, there is movement, there is vibration, there is energy. Nothing is truly still. Everything is dancing, responding, interacting. And at the center of this entire system is energy. Without it, nothing exists. No movement, no form, no life. And the sun is one of the primary sources fueling that dance. Its photons, its light, carry the energy that sustains this entire system. And your body is designed to interact with it, to absorb it, to convert it into something usable, something that supports your existence. So when you begin to align yourself, not just physically, but mentally, energetically, you start to experience life differently. You become more aware, more present, more connected. And slowly, you begin to notice something. The universe starts to respond. Opportunities appear, clarity increases. Things that once felt complicated begin to make sense. Not because life has changed, but because you have. You are no longer resisting the flow. You are moving with it. And this is where true transformation begins. Because beyond the physical body, beyond the mind, there is another layer, an energetic structure, a field, something often referred to as your energy body. And when you begin to awaken to it, when you begin to activate it, you start operating from a completely different level of awareness, a higher state of existence, where intuition becomes clearer, where alignment feels more natural, where life is no longer something you struggle against, but something you participate in consciously. So if something in this message resonates with you, if it feels familiar, if it feels true on a level you cannot fully explain, then understand this: it is not random. It is not coincidence. It is a signal, an invitation, a moment of awareness calling you to step into something greater, to reconnect, to realign, to activate the deeper aspects of who you are. Because you are not here to exist unconsciously. You are not here simply to react to life. You are here to experience it, to understand it, to evolve through it. And when you begin to see that clearly, everything changes. Your perspective, your energy, your path. So take a moment, be present, and listen, because the universe is always communicating. The question is, are you ready to hear it? And if this message found you at the exact moment you needed to hear it, maybe that's not an accident. Maybe it's a reminder that you are becoming more aware, more aligned, more connected to something greater than yourself. So if you want to continue exploring consciousness, energy, presence, and the deeper nature of reality, subscribe and join this journey. Because this channel is not just about watching videos, it's about awakening, about remembering who you truly are beneath the noise of the mind. And as you continue to grow in awareness, you may begin to notice something extraordinary. The universe starts speaking more clearly. So stay present, stay open, and I'll see you in the next transmission.